Well, good morning, guys and gals. Welcome back to the channel. Boy, I tell you what, it's a nice day today. This is August 22nd. It's now starting to turn back kind of normal summer again, I guess you might say. It's been kind of cool for around here, to be honest with you. But anyhow, I want to make a video for you today there that it's not a settings video, you might say. It's about settings. It's about making you more proficient with your Livescope. Let's go. First thing you need to do, in my opinion, is you need to see what you're doing. And I made a little diagram right here, and I'm going to show you as we kind of go along right here how the Livescope beam works and how far you can see and why you can't see. So a lot of people are complaining about not being able to see the jig or the fish not seeing the jig and stuff like that. There's a reason why, because you're getting outside the beam or stuff like that. So what we're going to do today, I'm going to show you a little diagram. I'm going to unhook the camera and take you out here and show you this diagram. And I'm going to show you this on I'm not a very good artist, I'll be honest with you on that right there. So, but I'm going to try to explain it to you. So hang on just a second. I'm going to get this camera down and let you see what I'm talking about. Hey, be right back. Okay, here we go. This TM right here, that represents the trolling motor. And this angle right here is a 20-degree cone angle. I'm sure you've heard of the Livescope having a 20-degree angle. Well, at 10 feet, you're only going to see 3 feet in that cone angle. That means 1.5 feet either side of center, not 3 feet either side of center, 3 feet period. At 20 feet, you're going to see 7 feet. Let me get down to where you can see. You'll see 7 feet. And that means 7 feet either side of center either. That means 3.5 feet either side of center. At 30 feet, you'll see 10 feet in a 20-degree angle. That means 5 feet of center. You can only be 5 feet off at 30 feet. And let me show you out here on the ground, kind of give you an exact idea right here. If you can see this right here. I'm going to try to, I don't know if I can zoom in on this thing or not. I even got a zoom feature on it, to be honest with you. If you look right out there, here I am about where the trolling motor is. That first, looks like a little H right out there. That's 10 feet. Now you look, that's all you can miss your jig if you throw out that far. If you throw out to 10 feet and you throw either side of that, you're not going to see a jig, period. If you get either side of that center line right there, your jig is going to start fading. You're not going to see it very bright. Now, the trick to catching fish is you have that jig the same brightness as the brightness of the fish is. Then that way you know you're on the fish. Let me get something. You ain't going to believe this right here. I'm going to tell you now. I had an accident last week at work. And I hurt my back real bad. Now my leg is numb and I can't feel it and can't lift it and can't move it or anything else. So I really got a problem now. I guess I have to use a darn walker right here to keep from falling over and crashing. I done fell over a couple of times because the leg won't hold me up. It's completely dead, so the muscle won't fire. Let me get out here a little bit further. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. That's the 3 foot. Look out there a little bit further. That's the 10-foot one. If you can see that, I hope you can. I'm going to go up a little bit closer right here. Out of 10 feet, excuse me, not 10 feet, 20 feet. 20 feet from the transducer, you can miss that far, and you'll still see that jig. Now, of course, when you get past center right there, either side of center, that jig will start getting dimmer. When you get to that line right out here, and that line right out here, you'll lose it. You'll lose that jig. There it is over there. You'll lose that jig completely. So anything outside that center line, it's going to start getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer till you not see it anymore. Now all the way out here at 30 feet is generally about, as far as I set my graph anyhow, I keep it set at about 30 feet out. So I've got the buckets showing you 5 feet from center. Actually, the center of the bucket is 5 feet from that center line of that board right there. So if you can throw and miss that far, you'll still see that jig. It may be dim, but you'll see it. Now, the further away you get from the trolling motor throwing it, it's going to get dimmer anyhow, because, of course, the gain is getting weaker as it goes out. So you need to make sure, if you throw out, say at this bucket over here, if you throw out that way, you need to start making a correction to get back in center. If you know you threw in this line but missed, start pulling your pole over to get back to center as you start coming in, because if you don't, it's going to get completely outside these lines and you'll never see the jig, and the fish will never see the jig. Remember, you want to keep the jig the same brightness as the fish. That way, you know, I could say it's keeping the lights on. You know, you keep the light on both of them right there, the fish is going to see that jig. Now, let me wiggle back over this way right here. Now, you need something to point at the fish when you throw it. Excuse all this wiggling and juggling around. I'm doing the best I can. On my rig, most of y'all have seen it on my videos now. I have this right here. This is a pointer, and this points at where I'm throwing. So I try to throw in this line right here. So, you know, point this at the fish. If you got the fish, this point right here, if the fish is lit up really bright, and this is pointed at, try to throw in that line. If you miss it, let me get over here again. If you miss it in that line, say it's over to the side of it, you want to try to start correcting by pulling your pole over to that side to get that thing lined back up. All right, hang on a minute. I'm going to show you how to line this this transducer. Now, you can have this lined up perfect, but if that transducer is not lined up with this thing, you ain't going to see nothing nohow. It's all got to be lined together. And I'm just going to show you how to line it all together perfectly, so you can't mess up on that part. If you just miss, and it's just because you just missed, well, just correct it. But if you miss because your equipment's not lined up straight, then you got to do more work. It's not you, it's the equipment. All right, then I'm going to put you on pause real quick, and I'm going to show you how I do all this right here. And it's how, so you can line it up perfectly every time, and you will not make a mistake because your transducer's out of alignment. Okay, hang on, I'll be right back. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you are, hit that like button, and please subscribe. Appreciate you watching. All right. Now, these right here are laser pointers that you can get off of Walmart. I think I give $10 for two of these things. They're just pocket pointers. That's all they are, like your school teacher used to, you know, point at the chalkboards. See, it's just a, oh, you know if you see that or not. And see the little green light on the ground there? That's all that is. If I point it down there on that board, I don't know if y'all can see that. That green light on that board, it's the same thing. All right, we're going to hook these things. I'm going to hook one on the side of this right here, and I'm going to eyeball it to where it's exactly this away and this away. So it's perfect. Now on the bottom, I'm going to do another one. I'm going to take the transducer off. And I'm going to take this one to the side of the bracket right here, so it'll be straight too. And then I'm going to try to bring both of these beams together by adjusting this part right here where it bolts to the shaft. You just turn it until you finally get it adjusted to where they both hitting exactly the same. Hang on a minute, I'm going to get everything done and ready to go, and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. Be right back. All right. I had to get on the ground there to get a close-up deal on this right here for you guys. You see how I've done this? I just taped it to the side. That's all. I tape the button on so it'll stay on. I tape this to the round part right here where the transducer actually goes on. It goes on this side like this right here. And that gives you a good flat surface to mount this on. Now, all you do now is you loosen these Allen screws up right here. Try to loosen them all about the same amount. That way you don't twist it as you're putting them back together. or as you tighten it down, rather. That way you can turn this thing. But you got to be able to adjust it. All right. I don't know if you can see that. May have to walk down there. Or you just pinch zoom on this thing, you know, with your phone or whatever. And at the very top, you see the green light of the laser on it right now. I'm going to turn this back off and get everything lined up because I can't hold on to it and show you at the same time. So hang on a minute, be right back. I should turn around this way over there. All right, guys, we got the lasers lined together pretty dang good. They don't have to be exactly perfect, but you can get them perfect if you want them. You see the red light and the green light. All right, that's at 30 feet. Now, if you can hit that at 30 feet, that's pretty dang good. I'll show you back at the boat. Let's see if you can see I don't know if you can see the beams on them things or not. Behind this thing, you probably can. Having a hard time removing this deadgum, maneuvering this thing here. Yeah, you should be able to see those green, the lights now. So, anyhow, that's really all you got to do. You get those lined together. If you can get them perfect, you know, it takes a little bit of playing around to get them dead on the money. But you can see that's pretty dang good right there. The red and the green together. If you can bring those together perfectly at 30 feet or at 40 feet or 50 feet, however much you want to play with it. 30 feet is generally about as far as I ever throw. If you bass fishing, you know, you might want to go a little bit further with it. I suggest getting 2 green ones and not a red one because the green ones you can see shows a way better. So the further out you get, the better it does. So anyhow, you can see with the diagram, you know, like I said, if you miss it out here, you know, one of these buckets, which is 5 feet from center, if you miss it, start working your way back towards the center to get back in line as you're coming in, because if you stay outside that line where you threw it originally, you're going to miss everything coming in. So you got fish at 20 feet or at 12 feet usually where I'm throwing for fish, you know, trying to work fish real hard at 12 feet. So if you come in right there at that 10-foot mark and that fish is there, you'll never get close enough to him. He'll never see it. He won't even pay it no mind. You wonder why he's ignoring your lure, because he can't see it. It's that simple. So just work on trying to get back to it. And I got some other things that we're going to go over later. To get all this worked out for it. But you see how I got it rigged. It's not rocket science. It's pretty dang simple. Just tape it to the whatever if you use a trolling motor, use a center line on your trolling motor there, you know. Or if you got a flat place on your trolling motor here, you know, on that shaft like this Quest does right here, which this thing quit going down. Or on the side or whatever you got to throw with, you know. Use that to line up with. You know, I got a piece of PVC I use on mine. I think it works perfect because it gives me something long. I put a piece of stripe on top of it to make sure I can see it really good. And that's all it is to it. You start making better casts and be more accurate with your equipment, you will definitely catch more fish, I promise you. It's that simple. Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you out a lot there. If it does, leave some comments down below for me out there, and like and subscribe this thing, because you know, I'm trying to work towards 1,000 subscriptions. Seems like I'll never get that now. I keep injuring myself. But I'm going to keep trying. Once I get to 1,000 subscriptions, then I'll become my actual real YouTube channel. Right now, I'm just kind of faking it, and YouTube is just kind of working around me as they see fit. So, well, guys, I hope that little demonstration there helped you understand a little bit better about the Livescope beam and how it works and all, and why you can't see your jig, and why it fades in and out of your picture. And that's kind of why, you know, my Livescope pole that I made right here, why it works as good as it does is because when it hits the water, you'll notice a lot of times I'm I immediately start turning this thing, trying to find the perfect light. You know, when the lights are just as bright on the fish as they are. If they're not, I can move it over this way, and I see that it got brighter on the fish, so I need to move my jig in that direction. This thing makes all the difference in the world, I'm telling you. I worked on this thing for a long time trying to get it to where it worked the way I needed it to. It works great now. Well, I hope that let me turn the light back. There we go. I hope that helps y'all. I hope I get back on my feet soon. You know, this back injury is, man, it's the craziest thing I've ever been through here as far as the pain wise and my leg not working. I'm sitting here standing on one leg right now. I'll keep you posted on how it goes there. Y'all just keep on watching what I do put out. I hope try to put out good quality stuff for you. I got a lot of good ideas on how to, so we'll get through those until we get back to fishing anyhow. Right now I just can't get in the boat. You know, I just fall right out. I can't balance at all. Can't put any weight on this leg because it'll fold right up and down I go. Well, guys, I really appreciate y'all watching there, and don't forget to subscribe and like that video, and see you next time. Thanks a lot.